Come on now, don't start doing this now. Hey, come on, what's going on? I ain't even got into the meat and potatoes. Hey man, say man. Oh, I clicked the wrong shit. This your motherfucking boy. Cosmic light being. Cosmic chaos being. Master teacher. Master student. God damn it. DeMarco. You new to the motherfucking page. Subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you can become part of the notification gang on the game. Hold on, we finna dive right back into it. We finna dive right back into it because it's many mental distractions and code that we missing out here. Hold on, bear with me. Let me get this off the computer right here. Hold on, bear with me so I can bring up what I need to bring up. Bear with me. We must dive into it. We must dive into it. Hold on, bear with me. Hold on, I can keep that one right there. I can go back. Y'all know I normally jam. I normally jam and raise the vibrations before we even begin the lectures. And that's what I'm gonna do as we speak. I'm gonna raise the goddamn vibration right quick and we're gonna discuss some shit. We're gonna discuss some shit. Branches, where that link at? Send the link again. We didn't get the link, my boy. We didn't get the link. All of the comment section glitches when we comment. Drop the comment in the drop the link in the comment section, man. AKA the knowledge box. Drop that link again, branches, because I ain't even get to see the link. You drop the link, I can goddamn play the link, read it or whatever, what kind of link it is while we live. You can send it to my Instagram or whatever, and I'll pull it up. Drop it in the link since you here on time in class early. Drop that shit in the goddamn link. We finna discuss some distractions, expose some distractions. We finna discuss a little more P. Diddy and Vince McMahon. We're gonna talk about a little Vince McMahon as well. We're gonna talk a little bit about the April 8th solar eclipse as well. Why they thinking it's so dangerous. They pulling all the stops and the bells and whistles out for this specific solar eclipse, and we still being bombarded by heavy radiation, heavy high frequency energies from Earth, all celestial bodies that's in our present, that's in our midst, that's in our atmosphere, as the ozone layer is still being depleted as we speak. The solar flash, coronal mass ejections, solar winds, we being bombarded at an astronomical rate. Not having melanin is the ultimate sin. We gonna discuss a little Russia and Putin them opening up the vault, even though they been giving us hints of what the fuck is to be, what's going on, soft disclosure, mid disclosure, all type of disclosures as we speak. And we gon' jam right quick if y'all don't goddamn mind. We gonna raise the vibrations up a little bit. We gonna raise the vibrations up real quick. Master teacher, master student. And we gonna get into it. Bear with me. As we bear witness. Like Apple, I already know these niggas be mad at me. These niggas can't cash me. They know I'm from the 19th galaxy. They wanna come after me. She want me to hit her passionately. I got your back like a chiropractor. Baby, I got too much accuracy. Baby, hit like an anthem. I already know these niggas be mad at me. These niggas can't cash me. They know I'm from the 19th galaxy. They wanna come after me. She want me to hit her passionately. I got your back like a chiropractor. Baby, I got too much accuracy. Thinking it's a dark matter entity. Niggas just be talking on damn where they mimic me. You ain't see the shit going on in the Philippines. Jury, always looking like Mr. T. Everybody stare like they all on creatine. Whole world on my shoulder, all need a sugar bean. Hey, I was over when I gotta fit in that shit, man. Branches, what a link at, my boy. What a link at, my boy. You're playing with the link. The whole galaxy want me to play the link. Share the link. You share the link so I can share the link. Hold on. I ain't through, y'all. I gotta run the vibes up real quick. Bear with me. Let me see what this is right here. Math teacher. Master. But they ain't gonna run up on this dude. I don't know what they saying, they don't want no light, right? Man, I'm blind to these niggas, I'm seeing it in their face. Been shining too that hard, I just stand in the shade. But one thing they say, they gon' say it in my face. We know how they talk, but don't take it personal. Cause they want me to shine, but I ain't gonna rehearse it, bro. But I'm saying what they talk about, we gonna do this shit. I'm trying to be too high on, I'm gonna raise this shit. Let me talk about it. I was running no bands and shit. No serving no hand to hand. I swear I ran up the brands and shit. I'm talking about 15 in that beat. I'm up there at 20. When I was prophesizing shit, I was beefy. But fucking richest boy shit. We was talking digits. He was dead fresh, add it on, and we gon' need forensics. Bitch, I know chemistry. Check the pie. I'm talking about pirates. I swear I'm straight from the block. Play with who? I been let off a couple shots. He put them in talk spiritual. Bitch, they on third high. This ain't NBA, I'ma do this shit one time. I'ma sing like YBM, but I'ma pull out the drain. I think I had the initial wrong, but it's all good. I'm smoking shit I got for him posted up in the hood. Fuck it, we don't keep it like that, cause that's how I roll. I couldn't say shit, you know how I play it for. And they gon' say whatever, nigga, you know how it go. They gon' say he broke the mold, these niggas already broke the code. And they ain't gotta explain, that Jay gon' how I roll. And we can talk about these niggas fools did and how they fold in 2004, but I ain't trying to explode. This bitch a beat like Dead Nation when this scene fold. I'm talking Chris Tucker. That was it? Man, it don't matter, man. Come on, man. I ain't gonna be late. Come on. Who we got? Who we got? Ooh, that's tight. That's beautiful. That's nice. What's that? That's C4? That's C4. Oh, shit. Ain't no problem, man. I've been looking everywhere for this shit, man. I can't find some C4. You don't know how you make me feel, man. The Iraqis can't even get this shit, man. Where did you get this from? Come on now, y'all back with me now, man. I'm just turning up real quick. I'm just turning up real quick. Back with me. I'm finna dive into it. I know y'all impatient. Just give me a second though. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I ain't gonna be able to cause I got the fucking camera on. I ain't gonna be able to upload this fucking. I left some fucking pictures out. Bear with me. Bear with me. What the fucking pictures there? I probably can just show them. Hold on, bear with me. I probably can just show them. Bear with me. Bear with me. Turn up real quick. Holla. Holla, holla. Holla.
Hey, B. Line them up.
Not like serious, this shit serious. I'ma do this shit big. I don't give a fuck what they talk about work. Don't go ahead and break down this little world that we live in. They can talk about people need. We gon' need a little cardio synergy. They ain't gon' really break down the energy. It's a hologram. You see me now. I don't really think they get that. I done brush shit down. I ain't talking Kit Kat. I would know this astronomical and astrology shit. They ain't with that. Let me get off of that. They don't want to talk that. One day you talk about a couple goals. Looking like a quarter key. Nigga, when I step to the spot, I done fuck around rock mode. I ain't even worried about the hoes on the currency. You don't even know that currency. I been surrounded by so many answers. The nigga, how the real nigga gon' fuck with me? They like, you a street nigga. How you know alchemy? Stand up, nigga. Make him sit down like he ever been. Y'all let the black woman out this calamity. Not knowing she the grand universal deity. Ain't gon' like, can't fuck with a picture of me. Look, rumors in the street, but I ain't even get a speak. In enlightenment in the home, but nigga, don't take it sweet. Feeding that over here sweet. Come on, that way. Hold on, bear with me. I got about 2-3 more, man. Bear with me. I got about 2-3 more. Bear with me. Bear with me now. Bear with me now. Bear with me now. Give me 2 shakes of a lambskin now. Work with me. I'm raising the vibration real quick. I'm raising the vibration real quick. We finna get straight into it. We finna get straight into it in a few minutes. Bear with me. Bear with me now. You know what? I'm gonna play these last 2 right here. We're gonna get into it. Bear with me. Ooh, shit, that big got a lot of tracks on. Holla. Master teacher, master student. DeMarco. Damn, Obi. Too much cover on the ass, injections in the ozone layer. It's getting eradicated. They be like, Marco, go on, keep it player. I'm pushing on P. They be like, nigga, you can't even be from the street. Ain't this see a nigga fall back down. I'ma see him on the nigga. Where you put it at? Elevated, never like nigga, no chemical. Keep it true, feel like a best coach, set it off 22 roll. I'm a record deal, record deal, oh goddamn, I done let the freestyle get loose. I'm the animator, no nigga, they ain't even got no charisma. Charismatic, that's why she want me up in, I'm always here, no. Oh, people did, you already know they really wanna capture me. I'm straight from 19 Galaxy. Tell them about the sexual alchemy. When she calls, she finna start manifesting. Hold up. They be stressing cause they say they got a blessing. Camera, flat out for the way that we step in. The realest nigga in the beat, he got his guessing. Don't operate motherfucker, don't be the Holy Spirit for protection. I'm get into the esoteric shit and break it down in section. You was talking about the triple dog, this is a space, you know we got some questions. Ain't that no regret, and they like, yeah, reflection. On a man's injections in the ozone layer. It get eradicated, they're like, wanna go down, keep it player. Pushing on P's, they be like, you can't even be from the streets. Did this shit to the T, that is the eyes across a cup of tea. They ain't even gonna be, so we gon' sit at the table and nigga, we gon' feed. Where you talking like that? Brain too low, I don't see it. Straight from the street, but you need to raise up, I guess. I'm elevated to the ground. I moved up to a couple pounds, they wanna see a nigga fall back down. You can't get no money from the revolution because you ain't 100% black. You don't get it. That's one way. I don't give a shit about y'all getting some money. See what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, we play. Like I told you before. Like I told you before, if that's what it's all down to, got kicked in the ass and slavery, all down to, that's all it boils down to. It's $1 billion. So you can go to the mall. That what wrong with her now? We trying to shit on the, we trying to shit on the next nigga. We trying to shit on the next nigga. And the higher up looking like, yeah, look at these motherfucking niggas shitting on each other. They can't even goddamn come together. The goddamn Mexicanos and the essays come together. These niggas ain't gonna never come together. Look at these stupid ass niggas arguing over the shit that we own. That's what they saying. Look at these stupid ass niggas. They ain't gonna get the bigger picture. Swear. Just being real, just being honest. No y'all. Hello. I keep an eye out for the numbers. I stay in contact synchronization. You ain't never met an entity with name of the divinity. So stop the debate. Let me go ahead and get into this. Just so remember this. 9 to the 9 power lines down. I'm in the universe. So I'm telling you, coordinate being they hate you because you different. Two chain different. We in the physical, so there's gonna be some higher learning. We learn that we can change our shit for avatar and this shit. We become more eternal. I'm talking immortal, you did. Watch how the ancestors come and UFOs and swarm. Until it became death. Express what we wrong, but we get that information. Don't be alarmed. Instead of being calm, we do a little research on melanin. Getting deep into it, they gon' try to give you felonies. People been using the apparatus for their recipe. They got niggas in the melatonin. What you telling me? You call yourself a girl, man, that's blasphemy. You don't know it's part of them, and don't debate with me. If the black woman ain't God, then the lunacy. I need to be waking up. That's a threat to democracy. Hold up. Houston, we got a problem. Isaiah 45, I would give you the treasures of dog. Is it really esoteric, meaning your melanin carbon? When you talking this metaphysical shit, I heard your reputation is hard. I beg you, fuck around with them allegations. I've been living my best life, pussy nigga under no stipulations. In the goddamn vibrate too high, running no currency and they start to hate. It ain't my fault, the universe keep giving me my manifestation. Break it out, not this street, they call me Satan. Let's dive into this shit. Let's dive into it. I know y'all tired of me. I know y'all tired of me goddamn playing these birds. Like this nigga ain't gonna never get to. I got the link on Instagram. Branches. Which video should I play? Which video should I play? We might start off with your video right now. We might start off with your video right now. You want to start out with your video right now? Which video? Which video should I play? Which video should I play first? Start from the beginning of the video. Okay. Okay. I got a long way to catch up, huh? I got a long way to catch up, though. What video you think should I drop one now? Should I play one of the videos now? Should I drop one of the videos now? Should I play one of these videos now? If so, what video? What video? If I should play one now. That's some interesting shit right there. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Hold on. You don't know if you watching. Let me write your Instagram. Which video I should play for class? Which video should I play for class? Which one? Which one? I drop a video. I'll play a video right goddamn now. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. It all pertains to what we talk about. It all pertains. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Because you know these niggas got crocatosis. And niggeritis like goddamn General Rossetti be saying. Niggas got crocatosis. Niggas got niggeritis. You know what I'm saying? And we can't go nowhere as a so-called race. You feel me? Because, like I was just saying, y'all love that motherfucking white man more than you love your motherfucking self. Niggas is weak-hearted. Niggas is weak-hearted. But when I tell you goddamn kid is a term for a male goat, you want to go back and forth with me. You want to go back and forth with me. But when that Peckerwood tell you something, you don't wanna go back and forth. Just like the religion, for instance, that we took. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't want to talk about that. In actuality, Branson said it don't goddamn matter. When in actuality, we are surrounded with an infinite army of our ancestors. You feel me? What we fail to realize is nothing in this bowl, nothing in this cage can't touch us. But most of us done put our power in this white blood God, Jesus, and passed our entire existence to relying and praying on your knees under these people's rules and laws and obligations. We done became a goddamn disgrace for our people and our ancestors. When in actuality, this is our motherfucking house. This is our motherfucking playing field. This is our motherfucking planet. This our whole motherfucking universe. These our motherfucking galaxies. We done created so-called space. We done built the motherfucking planets. We done made the motherfucking rings around Saturn. This motherfucker talking about we owe reparations for civilization, meaning we deserve reparations because we built this this country, so-called country. When in actuality, before these motherfuckers got here, anywhere on the planet, shit was already built. It's shit that like the pyramids, for example, they can't even create or do a carbon copy of the motherfucking pyramids and the statues and et cetera, et cetera. They ain't even got the technology. We think we so technologically advanced, they don't even got the technology to build this shit. And still got motherfucker thinking there's some slaves cut up some goddamn bricks, move some bricks 30 miles to a motherfucking the Giza Plateau or wherever your so-called pyramids over in so-called Egypt. They thinking that primitive. See, how could that shit be primitive and we be primitive when if we really dive into the Sphinx and all of that in the pyramids, the shit was way highly advanced. It wasn't used by no goddamn slave pulling no goddamn bricks and cutting pulling bricks, big ass stones, megalithic stones from 35 miles away, 60 miles away, and using primitive ramps and ropes to stack the pyramids in a pyramid way. It's impossible. It wasn't nothing but levitation and sound. And us being in our true higher selves, where they done dropped us all the way down to the lowest vibration we can, even though we didn't came to the lowest vibrational place in the goddamn universe, which is planet Earth, where we became too dense and vibrate. That's why you really see us how we see us in this physical, is because the vibratory rate is slowed the fuck down. When the vibratory rate raise up, you can stick your motherfucking hand through the motherfucking plastic water bottle. Okay? You can walk through the motherfucking walls, you can walk through the motherfucking door, transport yourself in a blink of an eye from here to goddamn Costa Rica. Even our ancestors knew this shit. They've been trying to tell us for eons. See, they know once we awaken, this shit is over with. They can't even look us in our motherfucking eyes. And as we rise and awaken, they look cabal or whatever you want to call it. It crumbles and it crumbles and it crumbles and it's crumbling. See, as we moving in divine order, while Earth is basically in the state of rebirth and going through metamorphosis, growing pains, you feel me? Evil bitches and jealous niggas gonna try to destroy you to keep you stagnant because you done separated your goddamn self. As we shed the dead weight, our energy increases. You feel me? See, y'all gotta think we fell out with y'all motherfuckers, even though at the same time, we fell out with y'all motherfuckers. We just done gotten back in tune with ourselves and we moving at God speed. We moving at motherfucking God speed. Just like the brother Kalai Ross said, only a complacent, narcissistic, sociopath, psychopathic, uneducated, aka undeveloped frontal lobe capitalism, soulless, eukaryotic cell world loving fools would allow the same species that molested and raped and did scientific experimental projects on our women and children, us as well, not to mention the genocide that's been going on for ages. And y'all niggas got the nerve to feel comfortable with these motherfuckers. And they children, and our children being policed by the same bloodline generations later. See, when we dive into this shit and start speaking genetics and shit, you racist. How I'm racist when we just speaking against the indoctrination of what we've been so-called educated upon. The facts get thrown out. All of a sudden, we racist. But when in actuality, racism ain't nothing but standing up and fucking with your own people. While we done allowed them to think God's temple is somewhere in motherfucking heaven and we'll be rewarded then while they down here in our shit being rewarded as we speak. God is just your higher self. Coming to clean the motherfucking temple. The temple, like I just said, is your body. So when they talk about an unclean spirit can't go before God, we ain't dealt with our inner demons. Solomon ain't nothing but soul of man. And we know the woman builds the temple, gives us the temple. And when we say shit like your Bible says, I've seen God face to face on top of Mount Pineal. It's the third eye. It's the pineal gland. The third eye is the sixth seal, aka the motherfucking sixth chakra. The kingdom of heaven is within. You, aka God, chaos being, lives in heaven. You know what I'm talking about? We must go within to learn. You feel me? Your seven seals, your seven major chakras, your seven major dimensions, we must navigate and overcome the demons of each dimension. Overcoming the aspect of our ego, aka our lower self. You feel me? Overcoming that, or for each demon in that chakra or dimension, we overcome, it becomes one with us instead of holding us back, granting, you know what I'm saying, we get granted the keys to higher dimensions. The soul, aka Son of God, S-U-N, aka Jesus, which is you, use demons to build a temple, control the demons, master the spirit, to let our higher self shine. Like Cat Williams say, get in tune with your star player. We also, let me play this, getting distracted. We also getting distracted by all this P. Diddy shit. Notice that they use us, or motherfuckers that look like us, to make it go major and mainstream. When you got plenty of these pedophiles like this right here, hold on, that they never talk about. They never put a mainstream. They never put a mainstream. You feel me? Overlook the Nickelodeon shit, the Nickelodeon documentary. But they broadcast Diddy and R. Kelly, but they don't really blast Jeffrey Epstein. See how they slowly coming out with the Jeffrey Epstein shit, the Podesta shit, all the emails that Hillary Clinton them done has deleted and shit. The whole flight log, Epstein Island. The motherfuckers that they give us on Nickelodeon is just partial motherfuckers when it's actually the people that run Disney that's doing the pedophile rings, and Nickelodeon, the head motherfuckers that doing the pedophile ring, your presidents involved in the pedophile ring, your higher congressmen, all your motherfuckers at the White House that's involved in the pedophile ring. We been knew the celebrities were doing sick shit. We knew the entertainers were doing the bullshit. Hold on. Like this right here. Hold up. Hold up, I did it wrong. They never blast or put on, they don't, you know how they do it. They don't put these motherfuckers out like that. Hold on. Let's go to the Ed Gale. Hold on, let's go to Ed Gale. Hold on. Why this one broadcasted like that? Like they doing like they did Diddy and R. Kelly. I ain't approving of no pedophilic molestation shit. Hold on.
This story is getting a lot of reaction from our viewers and on social media. Many people wanting to know more about this case and why the LAPD has not made an arrest yet.
Yes, I'm admitting I know it was wrong and it was illegal. I'm admitting that. And I'm sorry.
When actor Ed Gale was captured on camera admitting to sexting a 14-year-old boy, allegedly with the intention to meet for sex.
Why would you turn everything sexual, Ed?
Because this is a whole hookup in the making.
Some of his former fans weren't the least bit surprised.
Honestly, I was just happy to see him get caught.
Jonathan, a New York resident, was a minor when he first saw the 1988 horror movie Child's Play. Ed Gale was the actor playing Chucky.
It got really weird, and I was put in a situation where I didn't know what to do because this horror character that I grew up loving is now trying to hit on me.
Jonathan says he was just a fan of Gale's work, but through a social media account, he says the actor began pressuring him for a sexual relationship.
Then he started to call me his baby boy, and he would say how he wanted to be my daddy and stuff like that.
It was simply too much for Jonathan, who was just a teen. He stopped communicating with the actor, and he set up an Instagram account to warn other Chucky fans.
How many other victims do you have, Ed?
I'm going to say 10.
10 kids you talk sexually online.
I guess, yeah.
When the child activist group known as the Creep Catching Unit confronted Gale during a sting operation, he simply wouldn't stop incriminating himself.
Did you try to solicit child pornography from it?
I tried to get him a naked picture from him, yes.
The activists say Gale thought he had been communicating with a teen boy, but it turned out to be a decoy from the CC unit.
We talked about spanking.
With all this information coming from Gale himself, you may be wondering why he hasn't been arrested.
The important question there is what his intent was, and if he took steps to affect that intent, to make that intent a reality, that is a crime.
Attorney Samuel Dordulian is a former LA County prosecutor. He says the investigation into this
They always got excuses for. They always got excuses. Oh, okay, let's go back to this right here. Let me go to this right here. This wasn't goddamn broadcasted like goddamn Vince McMahon. Come on, bear with me. Let me share this.
WWE signed a massive $5 billion deal with Netflix. So much is on the line. Everyone at the WWE has reportedly been told to not say a word.
Former WWE employee Janelle Grant accuses McMahon of sexual assault and trafficking. Just this week, McMahon, along with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, rang the bell at the New York Stock Exchange to celebrate The Rock joining the board of WWE's new parent company, TKO. Look, 78-year-old McMahon is almost unrecognizable with dyed black hair and a mustache, a far cry from his heyday. In the lawsuit, Janelle Grant accuses McMahon of sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of her with the wrestlers and recruiting men to have a threesome at the WWE headquarters, even during working hours, while referring to her as his porn star. To show his domination over her life, the lawsuit claims McMahon texted her, "I'm the only one who owns you and controls who I want to blank you." Last year, McMahon spoke about his legacy.
Let me just say that I've made mistakes, obviously, both personally and professionally through my 50-year career. I've owned up to every single one of them and then moved on.
Now, many are wondering if the sordid accusations could threaten the 10-year, $5 billion deal Netflix just signed for WWE's live streaming rights.
Is Netflix going to dump this deal? I don't think so. But could they? Well, this is Hollywood and anything can happen. But I would not say that anyone's getting out of the ring yet.
A spokesperson for Vince McMahon says the lawsuit is riddled with falsehoods, baseless fabrications of events that never transpired, and a malicious distortion of the truth.
The parent company of WWE says they take the accusers' quote horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing the matter internally.
Let's keep going. Why the shit I'm playing now don't get broadcasted like the Diddy and R. Kelly shit? Hold on.
More people aren't aware of this lawsuit that's going on right now. I find it disgusting that more people aren't aware of this lawsuit that's going on right now. So I'm going to do you all a favor and take you by the hand and show you the light. I'm no hero, okay? But please pat me on the back for the bravery anyway. Right now, there is a $3 billion lawsuit going on that names some of the biggest celebrities in the world. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Michael Jordan, and even Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit, many of you probably raised an eyebrow to because he's been dead for well over 10 years now, and he has just been named in a $3 billion lawsuit for conspiracy to kidnap a woman and her children. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the story of Chris Benoit. He was a damn near household name in the wrestling scene, and he ended up killing his family and killing himself. It's a horrific, tragic story, and he's been dead for a long time now. He has been decaying in the ground for a while. And the children here that are talked about in the lawsuit, from everything I've read, were not alive when Chris Benoit still inhabited this corporeal dimension, which would mean that post-mortem, from beyond the grave, Chris Benoit's spirit would have had to been conspiring with this massive Illuminati network here to commit this kidnapping crime, which is a bold claim. This is a lawsuit that comes from a former wrestler named Raka Khan, who alleges that there was this massive conspiracy to kidnap her and her children, and she is seeking $3 billion and named not only a ton of celebrities like individuals and pretty much every wrestler that has ever breathed over the last 100 years. I wouldn't be surprised to find Andre the Giant buried somewhere in the list of culprits, but she is also naming entire companies like Home Depot. I shit you not. Home Depot is listed as part of this conspiracy to kidnap her and her children. It is outrageous. Now, of course, I don't want to rule out the possibility that Home Depot has a seat at the New World Order, and the first order of business was to kidnap her and her children. But with the amount of people and companies listed here, it seems unrealistic because, like I said, it wasn't just Home Depot either. Bank of America was listed. The FBI, the entire FBI. There's all these companies apparently had skin in the game, and they're all listed now in this $3 billion lawsuit. Honestly, by the end of reading this list, I was half expecting to see my favorite breakfast restaurant listed here, which is just a mom and pop local restaurant. And I thought, you know what, everyone's guilty out here. But it's pretty outrageous, and I've done a bit of research now on Raka Khan, and she's unfortunately had a lot of bad things happen to her post-wrestling career.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
As well as even during her wrestling career. For example, she dated Kurt Angle for a while, and there was 2009 incident where like abuse was alleged, but then it was later kind of dropped. But it was very messy, very muddy and fishy. But overall, a lot has happened to her throughout her life. And in 2019, she even landed herself on the most wanted list for El Paso. It's a really wild web, and the lawsuit is pretty concerning, honestly. I went over it all on stream, so I'll just play those clips for you to give you a deeper insight into all of it. Yeah, I'll look up the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson lawsuit here. Someone mentioned that earlier. I forgot to look it up. It was apparently named in a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit from a former WWE wrestler. Holy shit, it's a kidnapping lawsuit. Oh, that's right, live action Moana. Maybe he's being sued because of how horrible that fucking idea is. They're kidnapping the audience's patience. The FBI is named in the lawsuit. Wow, that's awfully ambitious. Her complaint, most of which is made up of those being sued, alleges that those named worked together in a conspiracy to kidnap her and her children. Some other names in the lawsuit are the state of Texas, the El Paso Child Protective Services, the Las Cruces, New Mexico Police Department, the NYPD, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, New York ACS, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Shirley Police Department, Sigma Phi Epsilon, Suffolk County, New York, the Bank of America, Home Depot, and even the who are her children? What? Why would all of these people work together to kidnap her children? Are they like Super Saiyans? Fuck, Jesus Christ. Home Depot of all things. How did they get tossed into the mega mix? The kidnapping aisle? What happened? Apparently it's proceeded in court. That's what it said at the start. It's making waves in court, or making progress in court. Still has a bench warrant out for her after not appearing at a criminal trial in December 2022 in Texas, where she was to face charges of interference with child custody and aggravated kidnapping facilitate. Aggravated kidnapping facilitate. Why does that sound so grammatically incorrect? She paid the court fees, which allowed the case to move forward, but no one's been served yet. And she is currently on their wanted list. And back in 2019 was placed as the most wanted fugitive list for child custody charges by El Paso. So this sounds like very serious mental illness here. What the fuck?
See what I mean?
Oh my God, Michael Jordan's named in it too. How deep does the web go? Or how deep does the rabbit hole go? If I'm reading this right, The Rock, The Miz, Chris Benoit, Mick Foley, and others conspired to kidnap Raka Khan and her children. Chris Benoit has been dead for fucking 2 decades almost. So the ghost of Chris Benoit, and fuck, if only the NWL could get in on this action, we'd use this lawsuit for one of our storylines in a heartbeat.
Hold on, let's dive into the rabbit hole.
Phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested. Just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody. A conspiracy theory surfaced online claiming that Oprah had been arrested in connection with an alleged sex trafficking ring and that her house had been raided. Many fans and Oprah's famous friends are coming to her defense. A Wrinkle in Time director and filmmaker Ava DuVernay slams the disgusting rumor. She writes, "Trolls and bots began this disgusting rumor. Mean-spirited minds kept it going. Oprah has worked for decades on behalf of others, given hundreds of millions to individuals and causes in need, shared her own abuse as a child to help folks heal. Shame on all who participate."
Ain't she the same motherfucker? Hold on. Notice how The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Oprah was in goddamn Maui together. Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me. Hold on. Let's not forget when they said, goddamn, she just got caught with $100 million. Hold on. Let's go to it right here. What's the name of that video? Hold on.
Big part of this is what so many people don't understand. A big part of the confusion and shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably going to be somebody you know. Right. In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good.
And that was such a particularly challenging part for me in beginning therapy. That was one of the biggest things I kept bringing to therapy was, what does it mean that it felt good? What does that mean about me?
That's one of the reasons it's so confusing for children.
Yeah.
And when I first said this years ago, people were like, "You're crazy," because everybody wants to believe it's like sexual assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it. I mean, and nothing is more being a part of it than what we discussed earlier.
You heard it first. Hold on, I ain't through though. Hold on, what that video is? Hold on. Bear with me. Wait on this ad to get through. Bear with me. Another ad. Hold on. We're going to skip this. We can skip this one.
Where we go one, we go all. Where we go one, we go all. These people are taking an oath to QAnon, a mishmash of conspiracy theories, which holds Donald Trump as the savior of the world. And they hold some disturbing views.
The pandemic wasn't real, and the race war isn't real.
It's creeping into the mainstream of political conversations.
Just this past weekend, Trump retweeted QAnon dozens of times.
And it's tearing families apart.
The person I knew as my mother is probably not coming back.
Newsnight has seen data that shows a huge spike in interest in this conspiracy theory during the pandemic. But what is QAnon? Followers believe that a cabal of pedophiles runs the United States, They control the media, Hollywood, and politicians, and the only person that can stop them is Donald Trump.
Hi.
Hey, Steph, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellently.
Travis View has been researching this phenomenon since its early days.
The most far out of these beliefs say that celebrities and political elites actually farm children in underground caves so that they can drink blood, which supposedly staves off aging.
QAnon has become a sort of cult of President Trump, and in the months since the pandemic, it's seen a surge in its appeal.
The only reason I have this red hat on right now, which I still feel like an idiot sometimes wearing it, it's because I believe that this is a real thing.
Fake news, fake press.
Nick Natoli is one of them. He discovered QAnon about a year and a half ago, but he started sharing his views as the pandemic hit the US. He can spend up to 16 hours a day online researching conspiracies.
JFK was definitely murdered by CIA. You're taking it from someone who's got JFK on their arm. 9/11 was an inside job. People in our government who are working towards a deep state, who are trying to keep us controlled.
Children are being harvested. Children are being farmed for adrenochrome by celebrities and politicians. Do you subscribe to that?
Not outlandish at all. Reptilian aliens, the Epstein connection. MK Ultra is a huge one.
This is conspiracy overload for me. I'm not sure I'm ready for it. Is there a conspiracy theory that you don't believe in?
That's a great question. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But what QAnon is just an amalgamation of all of the greatest conspiracy theories thrown into one big belief. I've only been actively posting, I'd say, for the past couple of months, but the response that I've gotten is insane. I mean, people are online looking for this stuff right now.
Exclusive research seen by the BBC looked at the use of hashtags specific to QAnon. Here's how many posts there were over the 2 years before the pandemic. And then in March, this happened. On Facebook, in just 4 months, membership of the biggest public QAnon groups rose by 700%. Most followers seem to be in the US, but there's been a rise in posts from the UK, Germany, and Brazil.
People were looking for an answer as to why everything was happening. People were also locked down in their homes. They were, stuck to their computers, stuck to their phones all day. So they had more exposure to this kind of thing online.
You're an organization that covers extremism. So why are you studying QAnon?
QAnon was labeled a domestic terror threat by the FBI last year. It was born on platforms that are really associated with white supremacist movements, with far-right extremism. And although you can't really label Q followers as that, the conspiracy is tangential to that side of extremism.
Another site that's seen a huge surge in popularity recently is this page on the message board Reddit. People are coming here to post about family members that they feel have been sucked into the QAnon conspiracy. A lot of these relatives are older, parents or even grandparents. We've spoken to a few of those who've been posting, but we're going to hide their identities because some of their relatives could be quite vulnerable.
She believes that Bill Gates created the COVID pandemic.
That COVID-19 is biowarfare that only affects pedophiles.
And also created the upcoming vaccine.
Bleach is a cure-all.
Which is going to contain microchips to track everybody.
Wacky things such as Michelle Obama is really a man.
And people like Ellen and J-Lo are all Satanists.
And the pedophile rings.
Interdimensional demonic pedophiles.
I said to him, you realize that they believe Democrat politicians and celebrities are literally eating babies? And then he messaged back, yeah, I believe that.
A lot of this is a fine line between, heartbreaking and hilarious.
QAnon has an evangelical aspect, where followers encourage each other to convert friends and family. They call it red pilling, a reference from the Matrix films.
Update from the trenches. Keep red pilling. Keep going, because it worked. It's working. It's beautiful.
Some relatives find it especially hard to deal with the QAnon belief that the pandemic is a house.
My father is a cancer survivor and he's immunocompromised. This is putting his life at risk if he starts to believe these things too.
She's 81 and she's not wearing a mask. She's not social distancing in any way.
She implied that my girlfriend's mother, who had COVID-19, was a predator. That's when I kind of snapped a little bit.
What do you think of the pandemic?
I think it's a hoax. I think that the rumor on the street is that President Trump is trying to get all these people to go to jail for pedophilia, child sacrifice, and that the deep state has control of the media.
Well, what if it is real and You're not taking it seriously enough. Do you worry about that?
You know, I don't want anyone to get sick because they went outside without a mask because of me. So I always want to stay researched.
Social media companies, especially Facebook and YouTube, have been criticized for what's known as the rabbit hole effect. That's when their algorithms lead you to content that just gets more and more extreme. They say that they're changing, but I did a quick search for QAnon on my Facebook account, and the following day, there was a list of QAnon pages in my suggestions. On Tuesday, Twitter announced that it had started policing QAnon content and that it had deleted up to 7,000 accounts. This surge of interest in QAnon comes as the US gears up for elections in November. But it's hard to tell what real-life impact all these hashtags and tweets will have. Looking closely at some of those who follow QAnon now, many were right-leaning before, but a significant number of those that we've observed had no interest in politics or even leaned a little to the left.
They are activating like-minded people who otherwise may be sitting on the sidelines.
Hold on, I ain't through yet. Hold on, bear with me. Let's play this right here.
Prior Gates-related interests like vaccines and maternal care. In one of those emails from February 25th, 2011, Epstein reportedly wrote, "Gates guy here today. No reporters. I took care of that. Stay calm and focused. We need to speak. I am staying until very late tonight. Seeing Gates read donor on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday set aside for 2-3 hours to discuss exactly this."
This comes as more information on Epstein's dealings are coming to light amid JP Morgan's fresh accusations over ties to the accused sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, so these are, filings from this JP Morgan Virgin Islands lawsuit. So just more and more emails from JP Morgan officials, Epstein talking about it, just all the influential, important people with lots of money that Epstein was connecting to government officials at the island, to the bank as well. And his ongoing kind of relationship with Gates, which is, these messages to Gates people are 2011. So that's after he's already a known sex offender. He's been convicted. He got his house arrest or whatever kind of deal he got for sexual misconduct with underage girls. So you can't say, "Oh, I didn't know." It was known. It was known by then. There's some joking about Miley Cyrus, who at the time of this is 15. She's a Disney star at the time. So that's a clear inclination of an awareness of exactly the kind of thing Epstein goes for. It's disgusting.
Yeah. I think
Very
it's
disgusting.
It's a bit of a lens into what the world is like for bankers in America at the very high level. The emails that Li Fong posted to Twitter, you have one from a Mary Erdoes at jpmorgan.com official email to an unknown person saying, obviously they're at a party. This is, really late at night. The first email is about 8:30. This has turned into a cheesy broker fest. Totally not cool. The only cool people here are at Glenn's table, same as bat mitzvah. So maybe they've known each other for some time. The response is at 1:20 a.m. Epstein there with Miley Cyrus. And so this is like official JP Morgan emails where this exchange is happening. Was Epstein actually there with Miley Cyrus? We don't know. But the fact that they made the joke shows that these bankers on their JP Morgan emails are comfortable joking about the billionaire being out with young girls.
They were comfortable joking about a lot of really sketchy stuff. We've read these emails in the past talking about who's your favorite Disney princess. It suggests a deep familiarity with the kind of bad and illegal stuff that Jeffrey Epstein was interested in and had already been convicted for, would eventually be arrested for again. Yet right up until the very end, I've talked about this several times, but I think it's always worth bringing up, including given her, recent crusade, the higher media profile she has sought for herself as part of the pushback from Democrats on Twitter files and on RFK Jr. Stacey Plaskett, the delegate of the Virgin Islands, has been front and center at these hearings, accusing, Matt Taibbi of perjury, accusing RFK Jr. of anti-Semitism. Stacey Plaskett, delegate of the Virgin Islands, trying to get Jeffrey Epstein at her fundraisers as recently as 2018, I believe, the year before he was arrested again and then died in allegedly because of suicide in prison. This was someone with full knowledge and awareness of his wrongdoing, was courting his influence, his access to funds and to important wealthy people.
Right. Plaskett, who originally said that she wasn't really aware that he was donating. She was completely unaware of his donations to her campaign, which, then she had to say in deposition last month.
It's just a lie.
Yeah, she was directly introduced.
Yeah, you can see the emails from her team saying, oh, he's going to be there, right? Let's make sure he gets a personal invite.
Not just for the political dealings, but was an attorney at the tax firm that worked with Jeffrey Epstein. So even before she ran for public office, she knew Jeffrey Epstein. But then there's obvious documents where she's asking that he be invited to the events. She was clearly aware, most likely directly had been speaking with Jeffrey Epstein.
And Jeffrey Epstein, had his own agenda for the Virgin Islands. He wanted the sex offender policies of the Virgin Islands changed. Wonder why that could be. He was paying for some government officials, I think, schooling for their kids. This is, and this is something I've, again, mentioned when we talk about this lawsuit, but because the lawsuit is from Virgin Islands to JP Morgan, but it seems pretty clear that a lot of the government officials of the Virgin Islands were very much complicit in the exact kind of nefarious, we'll find out if it's illegal, who knows, but very icky behavior that they're going after JP Morgan for their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein, that they are complicit as well. So whatever they recoup from JP Morgan as a result of this lawsuit, if this is just, going to build like a nicer, governor's mansion or something or whatever it is in the Virgin Islands, that'll be pretty ridiculous because they're.
Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me.
Investigation is still pending between the U.S. Virgin Islands and J.P. Morgan, as is J.P. Morgan's claims against former executive Jess Staley.
Hey, Joe, it's probably worth pointing out that on Friday, lawyers for the victim actually filed papers in court to try and have a second round of depositions, including Jamie Dimon and other J.P. Morgan employees. They wanted to have another run at it. They said that the bank was slow walking the release of some documents, including some regarding a 2019 internal investigation as to what happened. If those documents weren't given to the plaintiff's lawyers until after the last depositions, that could have added a little bit of fuel in terms of why you see a settlement here.
You wonder about the dollar figure, and then you think about.
There have been many allegations of sex trafficking made against Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire sex offender who died in jail in 2019 as he was awaiting trial on these trafficking charges. There have also been allegations that a lot of famous people knew about his activities, and now there's an allegation that a very noteworthy person, Jamie Dimon, a head of a large bank, knew about his sex trafficking activities. Joining me to discuss this is managing editor of lawandcrime.com, Adam Klasfeld. He's also the host of the Objections podcast, What Jeffrey Epstein Was Up To.
Well, this came to light just yesterday in a hearing in the Virgin Islands case against JP Morgan. Now, JP Morgan, since late last year, has been facing multiple lawsuits alleging that they essentially facilitated Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking scheme by being his bank of choice between 1998 to 2013. And what happened very recently in federal court in a 3.5-hour hearing was that a lawyer for the Virgin Islands government told a federal judge that they have emails suggesting that a transfer of money from Epstein was going to hold, quote unquote, pending Dimon review. She specified that that meant Jamie Dimon. And basically that said this, and what's even more noteworthy than the existence of this email is the date on it. It was August 2008. Now, why is that significant? Because in June 2008, Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty in Florida to soliciting prostitution of a minor. It was his first brush with law enforcement. It was the one that got him to become a convicted sex offender. And so a lot of this was known at just months earlier, before Jamie Dimon was allegedly reviewing Jeffrey Epstein's account. So right now, there is a lot of scrutiny on Jamie Dimon. A federal judge signed off on a subpoena that will allow the Virgin Islands government to find out what he knew, when he knew it. And right now, it comes at a very interesting time because JP Morgan recently filed a third-party complaint. That is to say, they sued one of their former executives, Jess Staley. And essentially, they're trying to say this was anything that improper that happened with Jeffrey Epstein is because of this former executive, Jess Staley, who was their former senior executive. He later became a CEO of a big bank himself, of Barclays, stepped down because of his ties with Epstein. And they tried to essentially say it was his fault. And in that hearing yesterday, one of the things that the Virgin Islands lawyer said is that if Mr. Staley is a rogue employee, why isn't Jamie Dimon? So the basically what they're saying is clear that the knowledge of what Jeffrey Epstein was doing, in their view, went straight to the top.
What does Jamie Dimon have to say about this? He's a huge name. This is an explosive allegation that he was basically complicit in this. I mean, that's basically what they're saying. So what does Jamie Dimon have to say about this, if anything?
Dude, do yourself a favor and get rid of those nasty holy underwear that you've been holding on to since.
Now, JP Morgan had released a legal brief basically denying that he had anything to do with it. They said Jamie Dimon didn't interact with Jeffrey Epstein's accounts during the time, and that this whole thing is just the Virgin Islands government's bid to generate headlines, that he's essentially a third party to it. A federal judge essentially rejected those arguments in ratifying the subpoena. They said the judge allowed the Virgin Islands government to subpoena Jamie Dimon on it. Why? What convinced him? That there might be something there, at least enough to allow the Virgin Islands government to subpoena the CEO of JP Morgan. We don't know. The judge didn't reveal any of his reasoning in his ruling. He just, stamped the subpoena and allowed them to look. And maybe we'll find out more. But the tantalizing piece of information, and the one that came up in court and in their lawsuit, is this Dimon review that happened right after Jeffrey Epstein's Florida conviction. What he saw, what he reviewed when he was looking at this account and seeing whether there was something that should have sparked red flags under any sort of anti-money laundering or any sort of other regulations that may exist, is going to be a fierce subject of dispute as this lawsuit progresses.
where do things stand with the criminal aspect of this? I've been kind of getting the feeling that the feds aren't done with this as far as the criminal aspect goes. They didn't hold a press conference after Ghislaine Maxwell's sentencing and things like that. So is there any criminal liability potentially here?
Well, right now, this is civil litigation. This lawsuit was brought by the Virgin Islands government in their regulatory capacity. You have the survivors bringing their own lawsuit. So
now let me pull this up right here. Let me pull this up right here. Let me pull this up right here because y'all gonna be sick. Y'all gonna be sick. Y'all gonna be sick about your celebrities anyway. Y'all gonna be sick about your celebs any goddamn way. Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna be sick to your motherfucking stomach when you find out about this man right here standing beside Diddy. Y'all gonna be sick to your motherfucking stomachs. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Let's go right here. Let's go right here. Was a massive ring with over 70,000 elite members busted. A recent international investigation resulted in the shutting down of an online blank forum with over 70,000 members worldwide. Worldwide. See, they gonna have a shit like this. Worldwide. Hold on, let me see. Let me get to the meat and potato. Hold on, let me get to the meat and potato. Let me get to the meat and potatoes. Hold on, let me go back. Let me get into the meat and potatoes. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Bear with me. Excuse me, hold on, bear with me. Hold up. Not just treason. All them motherfuckers been indicted. Hold on, bear with me. Hold on, let me put this in here. Bear with me. Hold up. Hold on. We trying to find your goddamn foreign ministers, your prime ministers. Hold on. Hold on, bear with me. Hold on, they just scrubbed it off the internet kind of. Hold up. Hold up. me go right here. Y'all remember that a couple of years ago when the lights went out and them people raided the Vatican? We don't know they do it. Bear with me. We don't know they do it. Pope Francis, y'all remember that? Video correspondent article shared across social media have both falsely reported that an arrest warrant has been issued for Pope Francis. Let me see, can we still find it? Both publications claim the arrest order and warrant was issued against the Pope born George Bergoglio for crimes against humanity, along with $10,000 reward for his capture. They also say the warrant has provided the International Common Law Court of Justice, which they claim was established by the International Tribunal of Crimes of Church and State. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. Hold on. Let me go. Let's see. Can we play a video? Let's see. Can we play a video?
Hello, this is Kevin Annett, Eagle Strong Voice. It's an announcement from the International Common Law arrest warrant that's been issued against so-called Pope Francis, Jorge Bergoglio. And here's the press statement. Arrest order and warrant issued against Pope Francis by international court. $10,000 reward and amnesty offered to detain Jorge Bergoglio for crimes against humanity. And this is coming from the Common Law Court of Justice headquarters in Brussels, New York, and Vancouver, Canada. The court that forced the resignation of Pope Benedict in 2013 has issued an arrest order and warrant against Pope Francis Jorge Bergoglio for crimes against humanity, along with a $10,000 reward for his capture. The International Common Law Court of Justice, the ICLCJ, issued the order and reward today, along with an offer of amnesty from prosecution to any Catholic official or clergy who assists in the detaining and prosecution of Bergoglio. A copy of the order and warrant is being displayed all over the world. I'll show it to you in a minute. Now, according to the court statement that accompanied this order, quote, our prosecutor has in his possession documented evidence and eyewitness affidavits that attest to Jorge Bergoglio's personal complicity in child rape, torture, and trafficking, ritual killing, medical genocide, obstruction of justice, and a general command responsibility for mass murder and other crimes committed by his Church of Rome. Bergoglio was subject to prosecution as an indictable individual under both common and international law, and he will be so prosecuted by our court. We are offering a reward and immunity from prosecution to anyone, and especially to any of Bergoglio's church associates who assist us in detaining and prosecuting him. Now, this statement is especially important since Bergoglio has announced his intention to come to Canada and visit the mass grave site at the Kamloops Indian School run by his church, in which over half the children were killed. Mass graves that are being systematically destroyed now to cover the fact that Bergoglio and others, including the Queen of England, were present there and were engaged in ritual sacrificial ceremonies involving children. From 2 eyewitnesses and other accounts, we have solid evidence of that. Now, to stop Bergoglio, it's up to each one of us to take this order seriously. Here's the arrest order and warrant. It went out today under the signature of Dominique Redvers Dufour, who is the secretary to the court. It says arrest order of arrest and warrant issued against Jorge Mario Bergoglio, aka Pope Francis. The aforenamed individual is accused by this court of complicity in capital crimes. He is hereby ordered to surrender himself to the sheriffs of the court or to responsible police officers deputized by the court for immediate arraignment on charges and specifications to be presented by the court's public prosecutor. Court sheriffs and the public are hereby authorized by this order and warrant to seek out, detain, and transport Bergoglio to the court for his lawful prosecution. This order and warrant are issued today, the first day of November 2021, by the Criminal Trial Division of the International Common Law Court of Justice. Now, copies of this arrest warrant and this reward notice can be obtained by going to murderbydecree.com under ITCCS updates. That's the updates of the International Tribunal into Crimes of Church and State. Murderbydecree.com under ITCCS updates. By tomorrow, the PDF will be posted there for you to run off and use. This empowers you to not only deputize the police to assist you, but to actually detain not only Bergoglio, wherever he goes in the world, but any of his associates, anyone aiding and abetting his ritual murderous crimes, especially against children. And here finally is the reward notice. Reward offering $10,000, not only to help detain and prosecute him, but any information leading to that. Now, the full background of this is obtained at murderbydecree.com. This is a call now for citizens everywhere in the world to take action. Detaining him and other Catholic officials will save the lives of children. There'll be more coming up. Follow us again, murderbydecree.com. Very important breaking news announcement from the International Common Law Court of Justice. This is going out all over the world today. It's concerning an arrest warrant that's been issued against so-called Pope Francis, Jorge Bergoglio. And here's the press statement. Arrest order and warrant issued against Pope Francis by international court. $10,000 reward and amnesty offered to detain Jorge Bergoglio for crimes against humanity. And this is coming from the Common Law Court of Justice headquarters in Brussels, New York, and Vancouver, Canada. The court that forced the resignation of Pope Benedict in 2013 has issued an arrest order and warrant against Pope Francis, Jorge Bergoglio, for crimes against humanity, along with a $10,000 reward for his capture. The International Common Law Court of Justice, the ICLCJ, issued the order and reward today, along with an offer of amnesty from prosecution to any Catholic official or clergy who assists in the detaining and prosecution of Bergoglio. A copy of the order and warrant is being displayed all over the world. I'll show it to you in a minute. Now, according to the court statement that accompanied this order, quote, our prosecutor has in his possession documented evidence and eyewitness affidavits that attest to Jorge Bergoglio's personal complicity in child rape, torture, and trafficking, ritual killing, medical genocide, obstruction of justice, and a general command responsibility for mass murder and other crimes committed by his Church of Rome. Bergoglio was subject to prosecution as an indictable individual under both common and international law, and he will be so prosecuted by our court. We are offering a reward and immunity from prosecution to anyone, and especially to any of Bergoglio's church associates who assist us in detaining and prosecuting him. Now, this statement is especially important since Bergoglio has announced his intention to come to Canada and visit the mass grave site at the Kamloops Indian School run by his church, in which over half the children were killed, mass graves that are being systematically destroyed now to cover the fact that Bergoglio and others, including the Queen of England, were present there and were engaged in ritual sacrificial ceremonies involving children. From 2 eyewitnesses and other accounts, we have solid evidence of that. Now, to stop Bergoglio, it's up to each one of us to take this order seriously. Here's the arrest order and warrant. It went out today under the signature of Dominique Redvers Dufour, who is the secretary to the court. It says, order of arrest and warrant issued against Jorge Mario Bergoglio, aka Pope Francis. The aforenamed individual is accused by this court of complicity in capital crimes. He is hereby ordered to surrender himself to the sheriffs of the court or to responsible police officers deputized by the court for immediate arraignment on charges and specifications to be presented by the court's public prosecutor. Court sheriffs and the public are hereby authorized by this order and warrant to seek out, detain, and transport Bergoglio to the court for his lawful prosecution. This order and warrant are issued today, the first day of November 2021, by the Criminal Trial Division of the International International Common Law Court of Justice. Now, copies of this arrest warrant and this reward notice can be obtained by going to murderbydecree.com under ITCCS updates. That's the updates of the International Tribunal into Crimes of Church and State. Murderbydecree.com under ITCCS updates. By tomorrow, the PDF will be posted there for you to run off and use. This empowers you to not only deputize the police to assist you, but to actually detain not only Bergoglio, wherever he goes in the world, but any of his associates, anyone aiding and abetting his ritual murderous crimes, especially against children. And here finally is the reward notice. Reward offering $10,000, not only to help detain and prosecute him, but any information leading to that. Now, the full background of this is obtained at murderbydecree.com. This is a call now for citizens everywhere in the world to take action. Detaining him and other Catholic officials will save the lives of children. There'll be more coming up. Follow us, again, murderbydecree.com, and every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern at bbsradio.com/whowestand. This is Kevin Annett, Eagle Strong Voice in the...
You heard it. You heard it. Hold on. We're going to keep on going. Hold on. We're going to keep on going. Hold on. Bear with me. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb skin. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb skin. Bear with me. It's just like the over 35,000 kids that they found in cages in tunnels in New York and other cities. Military found them. Hold on, bear with me. Hold on, bear with me. Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. There we go. Mm-hmm. We breaking it to the motherfucking forefront. We bringing it to the forefront. We bringing it to the motherfucking forefront. Mm-hmm. No copyright infringements. No copyright infringement. You see it. You see it just like I see it. You see it. Mm-hmm. You see that shit.